do want to be respectful of your time, so I'm going to move on to the next one, which is just to debrief this process in general, like the protocol, the way that I ask the questions, having a facilitator. What are you learning through the process? How can the process be improved? Do you like it, dislike it?
Be honest.
Yeah, you can be brutally honest.
Yeah, like I can handle anything too. So like if you held back on implications in teaching and learning because you thought you'd offend me, like I'd actually rather hear it from you guys. I trust all of you. So like just say it. Same with the debrief. Like I have thick skin. Don't worry about it.
Is team engaged?
No.
Okay. So this is the reason why I couldn't stay in the class.
Say a lot.
I'm going. Because I really see the value of like going deep, but at some point I wonder if we go too deep and then start making assumptions or go to a level of analysis that isn't productive. Like I am now hung up on this 12, and like this could just be me, but like that is something that like if I hadn't spent like however much time we did like doing the descriptions, I don't know if I would be hung up on it anymore. Like
So
if I
you're
would have gone
frustrated that you have that question.
I'm
but-
frustrated that I have that question because A, it's not going to be answered, and B, I didn't notice it initially, but we spent what, like 10, 15 minutes like going over like the description and the wait time. So like I feel like people were like finding things to say that maybe like was like, okay, let's fill the time, see if we can get Lauren to move on. No offense, Lauren.
I can take it.
I disagree. I think that like this is very useful. I think that like as a standalone paper, it maybe doesn't give as much, might not give you as much direction for how you should adjust your teaching, but I think like if you had a few of these, like you were saying, and like we're seeing trends, like if no one was, like if everyone was saying that Monday through Thursday was equal to none, I would be like, whoa, we need to talk about this, you know, whereas with this one student, I might have just taken that as an off thing, whereas if you would have, I think maybe if I would have spent more time with it, I would have like maybe made some more presumptions about what the class thinks about relationships between numbers and units and so forth. I thought this was really, really cool.
So I just want to clarify what I said because
Like,
I think the reason I don't like having the information from the presenting teacher after you go through this. I think it could be a much more efficient process.
wait, say that again?
I don't like getting the information from the presenting teacher after you discuss the work. I think that it is so much more valuable to have the context going in because I think it's much more efficient, time and mental energy wise. But like in terms of like the class itself, I like not having the context of the students. Like I get how valuable some of these like protocols would be when I'm actually in my classroom, like looking at my students' work, or like in a department meeting when I actually know the kids, I know the curriculum, I know the personalities of the teachers and like the work methodologies. But like literally having no framework for me doesn't.
So you felt too removed.
I felt too removed to get something really, really substantive.
But had you been the presenter, you might have appreciated it a bit more. Or had you been in a context?
No, I mean, I think I would have appreciated it somewhat more as a presenter, but for me, the critical component is not having the context. So like if you bring this in and I do it in a department meeting when like I might know the student or I know the teacher and I get this information before and then we kind of go through and say like, so what are we noticing? What do we think the student understands? And like what are our lingering questions? Like that, I think it's a valuable process, but in certain contexts, if that makes, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just, yeah. I feel like what you were saying earlier about wondering what the fact that you couldn't see what the students understood from this explanation. I feel like that's something valuable that I thought you took from this, and now I'm questioning whether you took that.
No, I do think it's valuable, but like
Less valuable than
If this was your student as well, or someone that you had seen before,
It would,
It would
be
be-
exponentially more valuable.
yeah, because this is someone who
It's also like seeing this without having the scratch paper or the previous drafts. I feel like I spent more time thinking and lingering on it, whereas if I had had the previous drafts, I would have just known whether or not the student understood it. Like I feel like I could have just skipped some steps.
How are you feeling, Dylan?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic.
Something such a downer. I'm sorry.
It's
give me like.
I don't know. I don't know if all that was necessary.
all what was
All of like maybe the interpretations and the describe could be joined together. As in like spending 10 minutes like looking at the paper and saying, what is the plus sign? There's some numbers. There's a number line there. And going to say, okay, if there's a number line, I wonder like how that, why that's there. I wonder if that's something they just learned. I think having those mixed instead of so separated would have improved that process for me.
As a facilitator, that's fascinating because y'all were definitely pushing to like mix them all together, all the questions. Yeah, so we're gonna do a quick written reflection about this. I just gave it to you face down. And on the second one, it says, do you feel the group composition impacted your learning? And with the protocol, that just means not the individual people in here, but you all are in here because you taught math. And we're comparing it to another group where there were participants that taught different subjects.
Interesting.
Did you already do that?
What's today's date?
Oh, thank God.
Can we
Yeah, right.
reverse?
I'll tell you. We'll talk to you guys once you write.
If you have things you think.
And I need this. And be honest on those guys. No one's gonna know like what you said.
There's no
Except
names
for
on
us. Except for us.
There's no names on it.
Oh, okay.
You look at my
So
pink
the only
color.
times I've looked at students' work collaboratively were in like the 2 sessions of Tina's class.
I know.
Saying no, is that okay? Like
Yeah.
I would say no for that,
Yeah, sure.
even though technically it might be a
Yeah,
yes. No, I just want like this. Thank you. And not that you won't know it's mine, it's very heavy.
That's exactly how I tell students stuff. Like, I don't know who this is. It's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
I
Totally
know
know.
your handwriting.
Exactly,
I'm
like,
lying.
no chance.
Can we get it to me? I put it on the bottom so I know who's
So,
Oh,
I want the third slice of pizza.
I'm definitely one kidding.
And this class is 5 to 8.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I like.
I like about to fall over.
Thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it.
What was I gonna say? See, you didn't forget what I was gonna say.
If you feed me, I will come.
Do you want to go these
Do you
or
want me
no?
to scan it?
I can do it pretty easily with my iPad if you want.
No.
Okay.
You don't want me
If you're busy, I
collaboratively
can
of
do
my
it.
iPad.
Oh,
I'm
they
done
already,
for the
did you
day.
take their stuff back last
Do you
time?
want this or no?
I don't know if we did or not. We did.
Okay, can you tell us what happened with the non-math people?
So,
Lena, hurry up.
I can tell them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this hypothesis that,
No, wait, I'm almost done. Don't, you're gonna influence my answer.
They're not going to. Sam, can you pass me mine? I'm not gonna bring that with me. Oh, yeah, the Starbucks cup, so I can throw it out. Thank you, I just forgot to pick it up.
Okay, you can
Back
talk.
with this. Okay, we have this well, I am, I don't want to speak to everybody, but we're questioning the value in this actually for math work, like, is it more valuable for other subjects? And the biggest thing we're questioning is if the implications for teaching and learning are significantly different if you're a mixed group or math. And so the group can intervene, but I think our hypothesis has just been confirmed. The other group had really macro implications for teaching and learning. For instance, do assessments have a method of preference for option, like when we're restricting students to a 5-paragraph essay, or this is the context of one student in a whole class. Talking about the language of interconnect, I don't know. They're more macro, and you guys, and as men, were more micro, like, you know, scoreboard versus number line, and I'm stuck on number 1, like, is it useful or obligated? So, like, an obligation. And so we thought that, like, if it's your discipline for math, you're gonna talk about the math more, which is
Yeah, that's an interesting.
kind of
Rather than
feels like it
structure of the
happened, would you
assessment?
agree? Huh?
Rather than the structure of the assessment?
Rather than teaching in general, like, I'm gonna be more sensitive to my students and their possibility, like, different ideas they might have. And so,
Yeah, there's where, it was different. It was like a very different English teacher and
English teacher, science teacher.
Was there a math teacher in there?
adult
or no?
ESL.
YC was the only math
teacher.
teacher.
Oh, okay.
So it felt significantly different, and like, I actually think their descriptions went deeper. Like, they went deeper, and they appreciated that, but I
And the
actually,
describe
Like, what do you mean by deep? Hey, I totally put that on my thing.
they just like
It was very
said,
helpful.
We were deep.
they went
not
like
deep.
to things I had never seen, like I never noticed, maybe
But also, we had already done it before when we got to this group.
potentially that's
felt
why,
like-
yeah.
No, but I guess that was part of our hypothesis because we did one math work during Tina's class and we were like, how do you describe a
We
math
were-
work?
No, we were so, when we did the first math work in our class, we all felt like that was a waste of our time, like there must be
But this
something more
felt
to it.
different.
This felt different than that. I'm still wondering if there should be an error in it, but if this, the point of this though is not to problem solve, so that's the thing, like, this protocol is just to talk about student work
So
and
by
talk about how
error,
you're
you
gonna.
mean she was correct, like she got all the correct
Yeah.
answers.
I wonder if we would have had
You can read my response.
Yes.
even
Thank you.
more, like less questions, or if I may have went the same way, if it was like Samantha has suggested and we had draft of the work to not make so many assumptions.
Yeah, see, I think I would have gotten deeper into the learning and teaching if I'd been able to see the whole process. And that's what I was saying, like, in terms of, like, I need the context to know deeper. Because, like, if I knew how that student, like, had progressed through the material, if I knew kind of where she was coming from and, like, how
I think that's an implication though, that you want the process.
Yeah. That's,
See, I don't know if that's really an implication though, because.
or is that the debrief implication, like? from
I think
the
that's a debrief implication, I don't know if that's a learning and teaching implication.
But if you want the process, then I feel like you want your students to value the process. That seems like an implication.
No, but like the students, I don't, let me think about that for a
Well,
very kids
thank you
class.
all.
Yes,
I don't
thank
find
you.
it to oversay anything.
No.
I need to say this before I forget. I think I'll forget because it's very interesting because now I'm thinking about it. As math teachers, we seem to value the process a lot more.
More than
Okay, maybe like
yeah.
language. Maybe language is like the final product. It's
Yeah, like an English essay.
And whereas for us, we are like going like, okay, do
How
you
do
have the
you do
logical
this?
reasoning?
Yeah, I think it's just an inherent thing about math
That's
that you have to
So flowers
understand
and
the process to
Thank
get
you
to
so
the
much
final
for
answer.
doing
Hopefully the
So
guys
I
like,
wanted
wait,
to
can
see
I
how
go
it
back
got
to the meeting here, cause I went down and asked them,
Because the final
and
answer
it
is the process.
Cause I thought to be there, so I was like, I'll go grab them.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like sometimes people say that like in math, it's just there are people
And
that
it's
know the
year
answer,
six.
like, yep, that's right.
Maybe
we should just put the.
Yeah, but see, like when I was student teaching, when I was
She-
looking at like
she was like,
all
you're
my
in the
students in terms
library?
of like how
Oh,
they
which
got
makes
there,
sense,
even in
because
geometry, I would
the
make them
library's
write
actually
a sentence about why they sort of like,
Why I picked that answer?
yeah.
Even if it's multiple choice.
Even if it's multiple choice, I make them write something because I wanna know
I don't trust
why
you.
they're saying that.
That's what I would say.
You've got
I
that
don't
5
trust you.
vision going on.
Okay. So
Okay.
write things.
See you guys.
Write your
Bye
words.
guys.
Go, go,
Oh, do
please.
you need to debrief a little bit?
No,
Is that-
no.
I think we're good, we'll find time.
Laura,
We're
let's
just
go to
fine.
class.
It's-
Okay.
I
Have
already
fun.
scanned the first one, so I'll scan these tonight.
I'm about to go take.
Thank
Hey guys, this bitch got into the job interview.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way. That's awesome.
I'm so excited. Bye.